Oops, there we go. Hello everyone, this is Catherine Agee, aka Nerdgirlism. Trying to set up my camera. It's okay. Yeah, it's good enough for a hair and makeup vlog. And just talk about some random stuff I did last night. It's good stuff. Here, what? Yeah. Anyways. A random thought popped in my head. So I was going down the hallway. And I was just wondering to myself, why as a kid did I prefer, obviously, inferior, now I can rewatch them nowadays, sequels to the original movies. Like, I was thinking specifically of Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, because as a child, I loved that movie, and I preferred it to the first one. The first one was just kind of like, it was more boring to me. I don't know why. Now, rewatching and thinking about it, it's a pretty exciting movie. And plus, it's from the writer and director of one of my favorite movies, Reanimator. So, looking at it as kind of like horror movie, like lighthearted, fantastical, but horror movie is more interesting because, like, imagine if that happened in real life. Like, if you were tiny, like smaller than an ant, but in a backyard, it would be huge. Like, it would be freaking scary. Anyways, but as a child, I can tell you I preferred Honey, I Blew Up the Kid way more to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Maybe it's because it came out around a time in which I was older, whereas I think the first film, I was born, I think it was 88, so I was born that year. If not, then it was 89, and I was like 1. So, yeah. Too young to really appreciate it when it first came out. But, like, maybe a couple, like 3 years ago, I bought Honey, I Blew Up the Kid on DVD at Walmart for $5. I was like, I remember having such good memories of this movie as a kid. I'll buy it. It's only $5. And, see what I think of it now. Well, it does not hold up. I don't know what it is about it, but, just watching it nowadays, it's obvious it was made to cash in on the success of the first one. And man, the effects are horrible. As a kid, I thought it was cool. It didn't seem that fake to me. I don't know how it didn't, but the effects always, impressed me. I don't know why. Like, the effects in the first one were so much better. And actually, by the time, though, of the third one, which is direct video, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, thankfully they went back to shrinking, so, it was more interesting than the blowing up thing. And also, I'll go back to the Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, but growing up, I went to Disney World like every year, and at Epcot, I remember the premiere, like going on for the first time, first year it opened, of Honey, We Shrunk the Audience. And that was actually my first introduction to my favorite Monty Python member, Eric Idle. Plays Dr. Nigel something. Nigel something. And Wayne Zielinski is showing off his shrink ray at like a science expo. And you're supposed to be like an audience member for the expo. It's supposed to be like real life. It's obviously a screen, but whatever, it's a ride. Anyways, it's closed now, but I remember as a kid it being like a really good 4D experience because they had like some different effects to make it seem more realistic. And it's weird in that because like you're shrunk, the audience is shrunk, so everything else seems blown up. But yeah, because you're supposed to be shrunk. Anyways, so I didn't really go anywhere. But Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves actually, I think, I haven't watched it recently, but from what I remember, had way better effects than Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Because at that time, even though it was direct to video, they had some more advancements in effects technology. I mean, that was the year that the Lucas versions of Star Wars came out. I think it was 97. So, the effects in Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves really were not too bad to me at the time. I don't know how they hold up today. And then, I never watched the show, but I know they had a show on Disney that starred Peter Scolari from Bosom Buddies, one of my favorite childhood shows, as Wayne Zielinski. So, that actually might be worth checking out someday. Just for him. He also was the dad on Girls recently. So. Can't open this. There we go. But yeah, so Honey, I Blew Up the Kid does not hold up. I don't know why I liked it as a kid. The only good thing about it, the only funny, crazy, oh my god thing, was that famous character actor Bill Moseley, who I've met at Texas Frightmare Weekend, he is so gorgeous and so sweet. Oh my gosh. I met him at Texas Frightmare Weekend about maybe 4 years ago, and I was watching Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and suddenly there's basically a cameo of maybe he's playing an FBI agent or something, I can't remember. But he has like a few lines, and I swear to God, look at it. It was Bill Moseley. And me and my fiance at the time looked it up, and yep, it was Bill freaking Moseley. I don't know why he was in it. I keep thinking of the horror connection with Brian Yesna, but then it should have been like Jeffrey Combs or somebody. Some kind of character actor who is famous from Reanimator. But, that was Bill Moseley looking gorgeous as all hell, though. Oh my gosh. And so that was freaking hilarious when I rewatched it. I was like, oh my god, I met him. The Las Vegas parts, though, are still awesome in that movie because that movie really. Let me spray first. That movie really showcased Vegas. Gave me an idea of when I was young of what Vegas was like. And it was kind of disappointing though because when I went there, um, it was not like that. That is like the farthest part of the strip. I can't remember whether there's the north or south, but basically everything famous is on just one strip. And like all the casinos, all the hotels, everything is on one long road. And the part of the strip with all that's in my opinion nicer, with all the hotels like the MGM, the Luxor, Paris, everything like that is one end of the strip. And then at the other end of the strip are more like, it's more seedy, more casinos. It's like not as nice. Hard Rock cafes there, like in the movie. But that's totally the other part of the strip. We didn't go too much because that was kind of trashy. And the hotel, the Star Trek convention we were going to was on the nicer side of the strip. But I was so surprised because we only went down there to the way other side of the strip to drive, check stuff out once. We did eat at the Hard Rock Cafe, which is actually not one of the bigger ones. It's pretty crappy. No offense. But I have been to that Hard Rock Cafe, so I can say I've been there. But, yeah, don't be fooled by lots of these films that make that part of the strip seem like glamorous or nice, because it's not. Like the Honey Book Kid, Vegas Vacation, which I grew up watching, and, I had one of my, oh yeah, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like, even though that's more showing the seedy side, but it's like not as nice as those movies would have you believe. Went down the wrong pipe. Anyways, that's another thing. This is another weird tangent, I guess. But, that's kind of my trademark, to be honest. Which is good, because I want to be a comedian. I just go off on all these tangents. Reminds me of, like, one of my idols is Eddie Izzard, so he'll, like, come back to a bit, like, after going off on a tangent for, like, minutes, he'll come back around and connect with it, and it's like, oh. It's kind of like Monty Python, but, like, in a comedy act, like, yeah, like, audio-wise, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Eddie Izzard meant to do. Which you can tell he's way influenced by Monty Python, so am I. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk real quick about vacation movies. What's hilarious is I grew up on the PG-13 rated one, Christmas Vacation. Like, I watched it not during Christmas even. Like, I watched it year round. I loved that movie growing up. Came out the year I was born. And then Vegas Vacation, which came out, I think, 95 or 6. I think 96. Was the only PG rated entry in the series. Still is. The new Vacation was a pretty hard R, so I didn't really like that movie that much. It was okay, honestly, but I laughed quite a bit during it, but it wasn't brilliant like the others. But I grew up watching, especially Christmas Vacation and then like Vegas, but I didn't even know that like the original and European Vacation existed until like my 20s, because I hadn't watched them growing up. So yeah, but after watching them, I mean, like European Vacation, I can take or leave. I don't really like the kids that much in that one. They're very unlikable. They're pretty ratty. Yes?
Hey there. So they're rescheduling that thing. I'm sure did they come and tell you yet? No.
Not yet.
Yeah, they're gonna, so go ahead and eat your breakfast and stuff. They're gonna reschedule.
I eat all of them, but they're like really unlikable in all the other movies except for the first one, I think. It's just really bratty. But in the first one, especially Rusty, played by Anthony Michael Hall, is just hilarious. That was his first movie role, I think. His first big role, at least. And he was just hilarious. I find it so funny that all the Rusties, too, except for Rusty in European Vacation, have been really successful as adult actors. You know, from Anthony Michael Hall, who I actually met at the Sprightmore weekend, and he gave me a hug, and seriously, the woman in front of me asked him for a kiss and got one, and I seriously would have asked him for one too, but she just asked him for one. I didn't want to seem like copying. I don't know. Like, if I know a celebrity's gonna give out kisses, I'll be like, please kiss me. Like, I'm not being a whore or anything. I would want to say, oh, I've been kissed by Anthony Michael Hall. And then I don't know the actor from European Vacation who played Rusty. I don't really like him. He wasn't even that like noticeable. The daughter in that, at least, it's kind of funny and has some good scenes. I can't remember her name right now, but it's sad because like I think my life, like my body's gonna turn out like hers. Cause I know she died in her 30s from type 1 diabetes. And I remember the trivia saying that in the movie she has like a dream sequence where she's gorging herself on all this food. It's playing the fact that like, you know, she's supposed to be like weight conscious. But whenever they were filming it, what they'd do is she would like stuff food in her mouth, and then they'd end the take, and she would have like a trash can by her, and she would spit out the food and not swallow it so her blood sugar wouldn't go crazy. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting actually. But yeah, it's sad though, because she died when she was in her mid-30s, I think. From complications from type 1 diabetes, which, excuse me, which freaks me out because I got the pneumonia shot when I had pneumonia, I think it was last year, yeah. When I had pneumonia last year, I got the pneumonia shot, and it's supposed to stop the pneumonia virus, I guess it's viral, I don't know. It's supposed to stop you from getting pneumonia for 5 years. And I still got it horribly. This winter I had to stay in the hospital about a week. And I told my doctors about it. I was like, you know, I got the pneumonia shot. What's happening here? And all they said was, well, it doesn't protect against every strain of it. I guess with virus, because against every strain of virus. I was flipping mad, to be honest. I was thinking, you know, so what's the point of me even getting the vaccine if it's not going to protect me against anything? But, I guess it protects against some strains, not all, or whatever. And I guess I would be way worse off if I didn't have the vaccine, but, it just makes me mad. I'm like, this stupid thing. I don't know. But, yeah. If you're watching this and have the time or the effort or whatever, leave me a comment about some of the stuff I'm talking about. Either Honey I Shrunk Kids series or the Vacation series. You know, whatever. I love both those movie series still, because they have lots of funny moments, even though some of the movies aren't that great. So, I love the documentaries, and so yesterday I started watching the E! True Hollywood Stories on YouTube, and so far I've just watched the E! True Hollywood Story on Family Feud and on Cheech and Chong. And they're both very, very interesting. And I learned that Family Feud, they were interviewing, I guess, one British, and it was like, there's no disability we didn't accommodate except for deaf people. So I got to thinking about it, and I was like, I could see that because of the speed element of the game, you know. I could see how that would be very difficult. I know they're saying that blind contestants, that wheelchair-bound contestants And honestly, that gave me so much hope because of my disabilities, but coupled with my pop culture knowledge, I happen to think I would do great on a game show. And I think I'm funny enough, charismatic enough to do it. Heck, I won Doug Loves Movies, the podcast. It's like a movie trivia game. Even though I was blind, you didn't need to have sight to win it. You just need to know about movies. And I've been sighted for 28 years before that. So, disabled people want to do stupid trivia and win money too. They deserve a chance. That's all I've got to say. I would love to go on Family Feud, to be honest. I don't know who would even compete with me, but I would love to go on Family Feud. I watch clips from it almost every day. That's another thing. I grew up watching Game Show Network.